Jimmy Menegakis is the owner of a sports memorabilia store called JDM Prestige Memorabilia, and it's in Old Montreal. And Jimmy's with us in the studio this morning. Jimmy, good morning. Thanks for coming in.
Good morning, Mike. Thanks for having me.
Do you know the statuettes that we're talking about here? Do you know what they're like?
Yes, I haven't seen them in person, but I did my research after I heard about the unfortunate news, which is very shocking and disappointing that someone would resort to that. Maurice Richard was an icon here in Quebec, a man who transcended racial and discriminatory boundaries, and someone that had tremendous success on the ice, doing many things for the Montreal Canadiens. I haven't seen the statues themselves, but I've seen photos of them, and I researched and saw the article on what happened.
Is Franco de Geneva right about the value of them? Just $10,000? I mean, that's what they were maybe worth originally, but, the Rocket's been dead now 10 years. What's their value now?
It could be a lot higher. It's very difficult to say because the sports memorabilia market, you got to look at the actual industry itself. There's two types of collectors. There's the nostalgia collector, who associates their childhood memories with that particular player. Just like Mr. Lemire mentioned earlier, he had met the Rocket personally. And then there's also the actual investors that buy these memorabilia and want them to appreciate in value and sell them. To pinpoint an exact value on it is extremely difficult. You can't really tell. I'm sure they've appreciated in value. It's how much someone is willing to pay to have something so unique in their collection.
Is it at all possible that a collector might have had them stolen to order just to be part of his or her collection?
If you look at the industry itself and the type of people I've met through my time collecting and my time having set up my business, sports memorabilia collectors are people that they want to relate. The ones that collect them and have them at home and hang the pieces up on their wall or put their statues out or hang up their jerseys, they have a sentimental attachment to them. So to have something stolen and be part of your collection, I don't think that would be possible or that would make sense.
The Laval police officer we were speaking to was wondering about how easily they might be traced because apparently they have serial numbers on them. Are these the types of things that you could easily resell if they're stolen?
There's no big database that exists. Okay, the sports memorabilia market is a multi-billion-dollar market. And there's no database that exists with serial numbers and whatnot.
So no one's going to check if they're stolen if someone brings them in.
Look, it's very public that these things were stolen. Anytime, and especially in the internet age, anytime somebody wants to buy something or is offered to purchase something, they go on the web right away. They Google, they search. As soon as you search this, you'll see that they're stolen.
So let me give you a what if, Jimmy. So what if someone comes into your store?
Yes.
With 3 Maurice Richard statuettes, a gold, silver, and bronze one? What do you do?
I would contact the police. I would contact the police and see if the serial numbers match what the numbers they have on file are, because certainly the gentleman that had them in his collection has the serial numbers noted somewhere.
Would you let on that you knew that there had been 3 statuettes stolen, or would you try to help catch the guy or whoever it is trying to sell them?
I would want to contribute and try and help catch the person. So I would do everything in my power. It's a tough question to answer. I'd have to be creative at that moment, but I definitely want to help because I heard it in Mr. Lemire's voice, and I understand what it's like because I'm a nostalgia collector myself. So when you can relate to something and you have something in your collection that you have an emotional attachment to, it's hard to part with it.
Jimmy Menegakis, it's nice to meet you, and I thank you very much for coming to our studio this morning. Appreciate it.
It was my pleasure. Thank you for having me.
Jimmy Menegakis is the owner of a sports memorabilia store in Old Montreal. It's called JDM Prestige Memorabilia.